guys, as you can see here, Djokovic loses in the Monte Carlo Masters semi-finals to Casper Ruud in 3 sets. And this is his 4th defeat this year. Guys, let me ask you this question. Do you honestly think this serves as a direct metric for Djokovic's prospects at the French Open? Because looking at this year, right, he hasn't been to any final this year of the 4 tournaments he's been. And if you look at his worst season, in my opinion, 2017, he got to the final at least once, and he won the ATP 500 in Qatar against Andy Murray, winning in 3 sets. Also, guys, I forgot to mention in 2018, and this wasn't his worst year, by the way, but it was one of the worst starts he's ever had in his career. And what happened was that he didn't get into no final until Queens, where he lost to Marian Cilic in 3 sets. And for Djokovic's standards, that's pretty poor, because what happens is that Djokovic usually starts off the year well, winning multiple titles and at least winning a major, because he's been very consistent at the Australian Open. But what happened afterwards is that at Wimbledon, he won Wimbledon and he beat Nadal on the way, who was considered as one of the best, or if not the best player in that year, because Nadal that year, he was just dominating, winning the majority of the titles. So in my opinion, I think that Nadal was the best player up until that point. But what did Djokovic do? Djokovic beat him in the semi-finals and then went on to win the final, beating Kevin Anderson in straight sets, 6-2, 6-2, 7-6. So let me ask you this, guys. Do you honestly think Djokovic should be considered as one of the favorites, or if not the favorite for the French Open? Because in my opinion, I still think he should be considered as the favorite, because in the last 4 years, no one else has beaten him other than Rafael Nadal. And I think despite the fact that he hasn't won any titles or been in the final, he still should be considered one of the favorites to, or if not the favorite to win the French Open. Because again, like I said, 2 to 3 set format, it's not the same as the best of 3 to 5 sets. Djokovic has enough time to figure out the opponents and be able to beat them. So it's going to be extremely difficult to beat Novak Djokovic in a best of 3 to 5 set format. And until then, I still think Djokovic, in my opinion, should be considered one of the favorites, or if not the favorite, to win the French Open. Because I think what he's doing, well, he's not telling us what he's doing, but I think he is taking the tournament seriously, but I think he's just trying to gear himself for the French Open. So don't be surprised if in Madrid, or if not in Rome, where he just ups his level and it becomes very, very difficult to beat him. And then when it comes to the French Open, he's just going to be ready to come there and win. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning into the video. If you've got any questions in regards to what I said, comment down below. And if you want to tune into more videos, like I said, please do subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.